Hey YouTubers, how you doing? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick response video to the Grecian Thunder's last thread. I believe it was entitled Baby's Oral Convention, I believe is what it was. But again, just 5 quick questions that he threw out there, and I'm going to jump in and put my 2 cents in on it. I do want to say to you that I thought the intro of the video was kind of funny. The way you kind of did like the I don't know, little Mr. Rogers intro where you were reading the book and you're like, oh, hello. And then that part when you started asking the very first question and you kind of had like your hand on your chest or something like that. And I remember thinking, I was like, that's a little weird. And then like not a second or 2 seconds after I said that, you said the same thing out loud, like, oh, this is getting weird or something like that. So I just thought that was funny. Good intro. Just kind of made me chuckle. So anyway. Yeah, I said chuckle. Let's get to the 5 questions here. Oh, wait a second, I'm sorry. Before I get going, can't skip this. This is what I'm listening to. The one and the only John Coltrane's Love Supreme. In my opinion, the greatest jazz album ever made. There's no other jazz album that moves me the way this one does. Especially when you go back and look at Coltrane's life, and I mean, it just spews out through the music on this. So for all you people out there that maybe aren't as familiar with jazz, or maybe gotten into it a little bit but for some reason haven't discovered this album yet, make sure you go check it out. That's a bad boy right there. But anyway, moving right along. Question number 1: after opening a new LP, do you smell it? Yeah, sometimes I do. Usually if I open it and I kind of, catch a whiff when you're digging in and pulling out the album and the inserts or whatever. If I catch a whiff, yeah, I'll put my nose in there and smell it a little bit. Sometimes too, depending on, the covers and the inserts, if they're textured or all that type of stuff, I'll kind of, without thinking about it, feel the covers and the inserts and stuff as well. Because, they do stuff with impressions and all kinds of stuff these days with them. So yeah, definitely. I do smell a new album sometimes. And I think that's one of the things, too, that we as vinyl collectors, I guess, really have that a lot of other formats of music don't, is, it really gives you the ability to be able to use different senses to enjoy and appreciate your music. So obviously if you download something, or even sometimes buy a CD, you're not going to deal as much with the sense of touch and the sense of smell and the visual sense not being as big, with the big artwork with vinyl and everything. So that's one of the things that really attracts me about the vinyl format, is that it does draw in all the senses beyond just hearing to experience music, which is kind of cool. So good question number 1 there, Grecian. Question number 2. If they're inserts, do you look at them before you play the record or while you're playing the record? I actually do a little bit of both, but I think I typically look at them before I play the record, but it's usually just kind of a glance, just kind of a, oh, this is what it is. Okay, I have to come back and check this out, or, okay, here's the really cool poster that's in there, that type of thing. But I usually don't actually sit back and read them and really kind of get into them until I get in that mode of, putting on the record. I'm going to listen to the entire thing, whip it out, start, reading the stuff. That's usually when I actually do more in-depth reading of inserts and stuff like that. So, question number 3. Do you clean your records before playing them? It really kind of depends. I mean, if I open up a brand new record and it's completely spotless and I don't see any, paper residue or anything like that, my first instinct isn't to clean it. But I keep a little, thing right beside my record player. So typically playing any record, I'll give it 1 wipe around. If I buy a used record, I'll usually, put some solution on there and give it 1 good wipe around. So it just kind of depends on how clean or dirty the record looks initially, but for the most part, each one gets a little swipe before I play it. Number 4, do you have to be alone to listen to your records, or do you have to kind of be with someone or be able to share it with others when you listen to your records? Probably a combination of both. Actually, I wouldn't even say that. I probably listen a lot more of my records alone, and I think one of the things about that is, most people that look like this don't listen to a lot of what I have back here. So it's really interesting, but between my family and friends, I don't have like a bunch of rock and roll friends or a bunch of metal friends or a bunch of R&B and hip hop friends or family. It's truly kind of an equal, you know, it's equally dispersed amongst people that only follow those certain genres. So at any point in time, you know, I'm hanging out with someone that just completely does not care for heavy metal music. So of course I'm never really throwing on that around them because I know they want to enjoy it. And then vice versa, someone who just can't stand R&B, so I'm not playing my R&B and hip hop stuff around them. So it just really kind of depends, you know, as far as listening to it with or without someone. But I don't have to have either one to enjoy it. Question number 5: headphones or speakers? Well, I mainly use speakers. I've been wanting to get a really good pair of vintage headphones, but I think that's kind of the next stage in kind of my overall system setup and developing my music room, or not even room. I don't know how I want to put it. Another section of my music room is I would like to have another type of chair set up kind of right there in front or with my system, so that you could kind of kick back and use headphones sometimes and just kind of you know, I don't know, it's just maybe I've watched too much High Fidelity, so I always have that image of his apartment and the way he used to sit and kind of chill the music. I just want to have a little area like that too. But you know, for the most part, I mean, I use speakers, and I have a setup in my bedroom, living room, you know, music room, and other music room and all that stuff too. So pretty much everything is 99% of what I listen to is through speakers. So anyway, that's my answers. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I'll be back to do another artist collection. The next set of requests that I have, I know Billy Crayoni and a few other people were next on my list, and I'll get that knocked out. But it's really good to be back with you guys, doing videos on a regular basis and kind of staying in contact. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you soon.